It's been a year hiatus, but welcome back to Winter Wonderland here in Hyde Park, London. Amazing, amazing. The event is back on for 2021 and it brings some new rides and attractions with it as well. Now you can see behind us here is the Heidi Coaster. This is one of the new rides attended this year. This is the new Revachon spinning coaster model, and as you watch it go up the lift hill, you'll see this lift hill has got some real pace to it. It just sort of accelerates up. So this model is the one with the more flat turn around the top, and it also now starts spinning here as opposed to when you get to the small parts. But that's for in a minute. We will be riding that and we will be taking you on board the Heidi Coaster. Now then, it is very important to remember there are 3 time slots for Winter Wonderland, all of which need to be booked in advance. You can't rock up on the day and get in here. You need to pre-book in advance. Those prices range from free right the way up to $7.50. Now it's sort of 10 till 1 o'clock, 1 to 5 o'clock, 5 until, well, 5 o'clock till close, really. With last admission, I believe, about 9:30. Now it is worth mentioning the free slots are going to be AM, so you're looking at 10 till 1, and that is generally weekdays, Monday to Thursday. Peak times, again, run at sort of daytime at the weekends or from 1 o'clock during the week, with, you know, the real super peak times being closer to Christmas and some of the evenings. But there is a lot here to look at. Apart from the rides and attractions, there is obviously the market, there is the food court, still quite loud. Markets, food courts, there are the ice sculptures, there is the circus. Everything has returned for this year's Winter Wonderland, and it is going to be a huge event. Now today we're going to show you around the Winter Wonderland. We're going to show you some of the shops, some of the market stalls, and of course take you on board some of the rides attending this year. Attending this year, apart from Heidi being new, is the incredible Airbourne, which is just over there. That thing is a towering ride, which we can't wait to get on. After doing the Booster XXL at Hull, that's the next step up in Airbourne. There's a few rides and attractions here actually that we have seen this year and seen quite recently as well. So we'll show you those and take you on some of those as we go around. But the first stop of the day is indeed going to be the Heidi Coaster. Why not start with the new Revachon spinning mouse ride? Proving popular here at Winter Wonderland already. 1.2 meter height restriction. Heidi, the new Revachon spinning coaster, has made its way here to Winter Wonderland. And yeah, it's a good ride, to be honest with you. £7 for adults, £5 for children. It's certainly at the top end of the price scale. Bearing in mind the Olympic Looper is still running at £9, with some of the flat rides starting at just £4. So yeah, definitely at the higher end of it. It's a different experience, 100% a different experience to the normal Revachon ones, and where it starts spinning early as well means that you can go down the big drop backwards, which is exactly what we did. So yeah, the variety of it is much better. I think it's a smoother operation. I much prefer that turnaround point rather than a bit of a boring sort of, you know, sharp turn which it had before, especially as it wasn't spinning through it. And of course at the end it now self-rights itself and kind of puts itself forward again, which again is a step forward given the amount of these Revachon coasters which are around that don't do that. But yeah, big thumbs up for Heidi Coaster. Reasonably good value, I would say. It's a brand new coaster, it's a new coaster cred as well. Now of course, many people have been talking about this. This is one of the surprise rides coming this year, and this is of course Airbourne, standing at a whopping 65 meters tall. A whopping 65 meters. This thing is huge. Absolutely huge. So it holds 32 people, 8 on each side with 2 sets of different spinning seats on each side of the arm. And it looks stunning. The lighting package on it looks amazing. Hopefully when the sun goes down, we'll be able to catch some of the lighting on this. But we're actually going to take you on board of this. I'm fairly looking forward to it, I think. I'm not sure. Let's get on. Now I did forget a chest mount today, so I'm not sure if they're going to let me on with just this. Just in case they don't, here's proof. Airborne we go.
Here's Thomas speaking. We wish you a good flight. Coming home safely.
Some lovely views to the front.
Whose idea was this? Why are you shaking? Exactly straight to the seats. I don't want to lean forward because I'm like, how do you get that on it? It's cold up here. Here. Just admire the view. You realize in a minute.
Here is another new attraction for 2021, the stunning Funhouse. This thing is huge. Mirror maze, sliding floors, fun mirrors up the top, rollers. It's got just about everything in it. It looks really, really cool. Not sure I'm going to be going in it, to be honest with you, especially after getting off Airbourne. So that was Airbourne. I'm very, very sorry. It was exceptionally windy up there, and I know that will have been picked up on the camera because it was picked up on my hands and face and every other part of my body as I am frozen, which is why I've got my hood up. But what a stunning attraction it is. Standing really, really high. I mean, you know, when you sit at the top and you're looking over, it's really hard to sort of comprehend just how far off the ground you are, to be honest with you. In terms of ride experience itself, I still don't feel it's as good as the smaller ones. The KMG Speed, I think, are much, much quicker. It feels like, again, the gondolas are motion controlled, they are electronically controlled, so you don't get the out of control split, which is kind of expected at a ride that size, to be honest with you. A ride that size with out of control flips will put a lot of pressure on components, will put a lot of pressure on riders, so I kind of understand that. That said, the sheer height and scale of Airbourne alone makes it worth a visit at Winter Wonderland, and the views are incredible, just incredible across. And of course you'll get different views depending on what side you sit. £8 to ride Airbourne, which I think is very, very reasonable. You know, I paid £10 to ride the Booster XXL at Hull, so £8 for Airbourne I think is really, really reasonable. A great attraction, and great to see a new attraction here as well at Winter Wonderland in 2021. Now, a huge, huge part of Winter Wonderland, of course, is the Bavarian Village, full of, well, I mean, it's got their Oktoberfest, but full of, you know, typical stunning food and entertainment and alcohol. It's just got absolutely everything here. You've got a few shops and games, you've got sweets, sweet treats as well with Nutella, right the way down here to, you know, pretzels. You've got VIP areas, you've got the bar. And of course, at the moment it's busy, but this place will be absolutely buzzing later when the sun goes down and all the lights shine and come on, and it's just a really, really atmospheric place to be. But it has everything here. You've got cooked salmon. We've picked up, of course, famous hot dogs, which you can get. Just looks incredible, absolutely incredible. Look at this. Look at this being cooked. Not something you see at your average park. Winter Wonderland is a top family event. Lots of family entertainment, of course, is full of juvenile rides as well. Here's the Winter Wonderland Carousel, a lovely, lovely example two-tier carousel which comes here and sits in the middle right next to the North Star Flyer, which is the Sky Flyer right there. Now, I have to say, I'm frozen after going on Airbourne, so I don't think the Sky Flyer is something I'm going to be doing today, but it certainly provides great views, again, of the fair, arguably at a slightly lower pace. You'll see behind it Ice Mountain, which we're going to head round now into the circus area, the fairground area of the Winter Wonderland, which is home to quite a few rides that we've seen a few times this year. So big rides are over this side. I say big rides, these aren't small rides over here. There are some stunning, stunning examples. Let's go check them out. The second of the 3 spinning coasters here at Winter Wonderland this year is the Ice Mountain, Mellor's Ice Mountain, which usually resides at Fantasy Island. However, the ride wasn't at Fantasy Island this year. It was replaced by the other spinning coaster which came in, which has since been removed. Speculation is this one will go back for next year. As far as I'm aware, it's just been sat in a warehouse this year, so it's great to see it back up and running here at Winter Wonderland. Now, the queue for this is huge. It's hugely popular, mainly because of the indoor aspect of it, the dark aspect, and of course the little bits of theming and lighting they have going on inside. It's something we've ridden before. You can go back on the channel if you want to see a picture of it, a video of it, an on-ride of it. It's all on there. £7 a ride is exactly the same as the Heidi Coaster. For me personally, the Heidi Coaster was something a little bit more unique for this year that we wanted to ride. Probably not Ice Mountain, to be honest with you. Again, full of, we've got Snowjet there. We'll come around to Snowjet in a minute. As we enter here, we have the KMG Freakout, no limit. It's a lovely one, that was a lovely example, Freakout. You know, you rock up at a fair, these things are really, really popular. Down here in Circus Town, not so much. The beautiful retro looking Dodgem. Two rides we caught up with earlier on in the season down here in Circus Town. Alibaba at the back and Hammond's Wave Swinger as well. Alibaba is quite a unique ride. It's the only one travelling the UK. We caught up with that one in Crawley, and that is here replacing the Top Scan, which isn't here this year. And of course, the beautiful Wave Swinger. We said at the time how beautiful this Wave Swinger was. It still looks absolutely stunning. It does seem really secluded down here in the corner, where Ice Mountain's got a huge, huge queue. This wonderful, unique Alibaba down here, unfortunately, doesn't really have anyone waiting to go on it. There it goes, the very rare these days Alibaba ride. Swinging around, again, actually providing, again, different views of Winter Wonderland. And it's a lovely little ride, this one. It really does ride well, really smooth. Offers a very, very different ride experience to what you normally come across at the fairs.
Your mum likes it though. Go how your mum wants. Oh, okay, fair enough. Come on, who's that here, the next one?
The circus is also back in town for this year. Evening tickets, I think, starting much later now, available from 6. Something we will come back up and do. Now they're going to walk through what I now class as famous archways. I think when I think of Winter Wonderland, these archways are always things I think of. Behind it is another Star Flyer and the third spinning coaster over the back. So you tend to find on the entrances here, like we've got down here, is food and stalls and sales and things. So we are going to have a little walk down here, and you can see sort of left and right what's available. Burger Claws, that's really imaginative name there for a burger. Chicken Shack. You've got some lovely, got some hats there, look. Got Chocolate World. Scarves, I could do one of those today. It is freezing here in Winter Wonderland. Some wonderful like models. Look at these wooden models. They're really cool. Really, really cool. And of course, one of the entrances, not an exit, one of the entrances to the Winter Wonderland, with the exit further around the corner. So yeah, lovely marketplace. Churros definitely seem to be the in thing in 2021. I've seen churros absolutely everywhere. A nice warm hat wouldn't go astray either today. So in the heart of Santaland is this rather gorgeous looking twister. I actually don't know whose one this one is, but it's lovely looking. Great lighting on it. Really quite neutral colours, and of course they put presents and a Santa. Even the neon lights. It's not something I've seen on any other twister, the neon lights. Beautiful, beautiful example. Really, really is a beautiful example. Deep in the heart here of Santaland. Love it, absolutely love it. So this is where we come from here, Santa's Runaway Train. Spinning coaster we just seen, a Racerama we just mentioned, obviously the twister, and then of course you have the ice slide. The ice slide is proving really, I mean the queues for the ice slide are probably more than anything else that I've seen in the time that I've been walking around here. So the ice slide, you do have to don a helmet. The actual slide itself is real ice, not fabricated ice. It is real ice. And I believe you get 2 goes. 2 slides for £5. So it's actually very, very reasonable, to be fair. It's not something you're going to see in very many places. But it is popular, very, very popular. This queue here is just for the ice slide. And down they come. exceptionally popular here in Santaland. So just to give you an idea where we've come from, you can see the KMG freak out over the back there, no limit going in Circus Town. We've then walked into Santaland. It's very difficult to kind of gauge everything at once and take you all round at once. The queue for this is insane, absolutely insane. So the wave swinger's there, and we went up the top end towards the spinning coaster. If you turn right past the circus and not through the archways, you end up here coming into Santaland. Magic Circus, the fun house. I have to say, out of all the fun houses around, that's probably not the biggest one you could be doing for the money. The Magical Ice Kingdom and the Yeti ride. For the Yeti ride there. I have to say, it's one of the quieter frog bouncers that I've seen. It's really quiet. So of course there is Santaland, which we've just come out of with the ice slide. Coming around to the Ice Kingdom, and the Ice Kingdom is something I'd love to go in. But look again at the queues. You can really tell what's going to be popular here at Winter Wonderland. And these shows and sort of extra entertainment and really the things you just don't see all year round and at your average fairs and theme parks, they're the ones that are picking up all of the queues. Now the reason why we've walked back down here is to have a look at Snowjet, the beautiful Matterhorn ride, which sits here on the corner by Ice Mountain. So where we were at Ice Mountain earlier, we can now show you the snow ride. Snowjet, this one really does remind me of the one that used to be down in Harbour Park in Littlehampton. This is how I remember it. And I know we've got Ice Jet around. But yeah, beautiful one, this one. One thing it is definitely renowned for here is this massive giant wheel, the City Star wheel, which sits here behind the Olympic looping, looking over the whole of Winter Wonderland. And it's only when you stand underneath it you kind of realise just how huge this wheel is. There's a lot of sort of travelling wheels around, again at the big fairs, along the seafronts and things, but this is a different kettle of fish. It really is huge. So it's a peak day today, so £11 to ride it for an adult. I have to say, although the views will be good, I don't think I can justify £11 to go on it. It does seem really expensive. You got to budget yourself when you come to Winter Wonderland, and things like that are top on the list of things to budget. Now there is a wonderful street food festival over here, and as you can see as you go across, you know, you've got things from basic things, from grilled cheese toasties, barbecue steak and chips, pizza. You've then got gluten-free tappers, you've got Steak, you've got the Mac Factory, which is selling mac and cheese, hot dogs. There is a bit of everything along the street food festival. Overlooked, of course, by the beautiful City Star. I have to say, it is a stunning looking entrance onto this. Very popular, not like the ones you normally see where they load every other one. This thing is full, absolutely full. Is a ride we've seen it this year already up in Hull not that long ago, and it's one we normally come across a few times in the year. And here it is at Winter Wonderland. Funny enough, I think it's No Limit that usually comes to Winter Wonderland. I'm not sure Atmosphere's been here before. Someone will correct me, obviously, that it has been. I don't remember seeing it here before. It is my favourite technical park loop fighter, Atmosphere. I think it's on a different level to the other ones. I really genuinely do think it's on a different level. I absolutely love it. £6 to ride it here. A fantastic atmosphere with a very different look with Olympic Looper in the background. Now we of course are a sucker for Halloween here at UK theme parks. And I have to say the Haunted Mansion is not one we've done in a long time. So much so actually, we've never filmed in there and I genuinely have no recollection of what it's about. So I think we are going to take you on the Haunted Mansion. Look at it, it just looks stunning, doesn't it? There's a few things here, the Halloween projections here, which are available, ones that we actually used at the house for Halloween. But it's still great that it's got all the screens. And it's going to be the next stop, I think, Haunted Mansion. Bit of a queue, but that's all right, we can deal with that. That might be familiar to many, of course, is Jumper, sitting here at Winter Wonderland next to the Olympic Looping by the XXL. Many will remember this as Mixtape from Alton Towers. It's come straight from Alton Towers, straight down to here. Extra theming elements have been re-added in the skateboard, and you can kind of see as well all the tape which is still on here from when the stickers were stuck over it. Now actually I did think this was running really well at Alton Towers. It did have a few arms out, which it doesn't here, all the arms are working here, so it does have a few, did have a few arms out at Alton Towers, but I did think the ride cycle was absolutely superb on it, really did. Close to what we get at the fair. It's a popular ride, it's a particularly popular ride here at Winter Wonderland as it starts to fill up. I'm not sure after we've been on it free this year at Alton Towers that we can justify going on it here, but we'll certainly have a think. But here it is, wowing the crowds once again for the winter event. Now then, the Haunted Mansion. Bits of it came back to me as we went on it. It is really nice in there, to be honest. It could certainly got quite a lot of theme in. There was one of the screens which were out. But yeah, lovely. And of course it's really different as well, having it as an inverted style rather than having it as a, you know, sit down ghost train. It does kind of add to it. We've been on a lot of good ghost trains this year, and this is a definite staple of here. Would you pay £6 for it if you went to a fair? No, of course you wouldn't, but it is a stunning looking ghost train. Always good to see an extreme here at Winter Wonderland, and here is Aeronaut. The lighting package on this is beautiful, really is. And in a year when we've seen this and we've seen the Void, it's great to see that these rides are getting, you know, attention, that they will grab attention as people walk past them. The only problem we found with this one was the seatbelt. The seatbelt was the seatbelt was really, really uncomfortable. It really, really dig into you. And that's the only problem we found with this ride when we rode it.
This is number 1. Look out, here we go.
The Aeronaut in full action. It does look stunning, to be honest with you. We're not far now from night closing in, and we will come back and check these rides by all means as the night closes down and the sun goes down with it. But beautiful, beautiful ride, the Aeronaut. Now the XXL is really, really busy and on quite a short cycle for £8. So for the extra pound, I have to be honest, I'm going to do the Munich Looper. It's been a few years since I've done this. Not just because of it not being here last year, but a few years since I've done this. See if we can get a front row view for you of this incredible travelling coaster. Absolutely incredible. This can run 5 cars. 3 cars are sat at the side ready to come on. It's a very efficient sort of motion to get the cars on. But that was the Olympic Looping Munich Coaster. Oh dear, I tell you, I remember it being really quite painful, particularly on the shoulders, but I have to say that's one of the smoothest coaster experiences I've had all year. You know, the forces on there are really, really intense. You know, while it looks quite drawn out and things, certainly the transitions going into the loops, if nothing else, are really, really tight and really, really forceful. But oh my god, it's running so smoothly. Up the lift hill you go, down into the first inversion, it's just gliding around the track. I mean, these ones in the past only ever had lap bars, and of course this one, unlike the Looping Star models, have had kind of shoulder pull downs added to it, and they used to be really intrusive and sort of close up and really hurt his shoulders, but not at all. They just sort of rest there. They didn't really do a lot. There was a little bit of movement in it, but honestly not an awful lot, and it just glides around the track barely using them. Absolutely love it. The forces are so high, you know, the shoulder restraints didn't really come down. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ride on what is undoubtedly the biggest travelling coaster in the world, I would think. I don't know if there's a bigger one, but what a beautiful machine. Riding amazing, absolutely amazing. And of course it looks stunning anyway, just to stand back and look at 5 Olympic loop style inversions at the front without the fact that it's got chaser LEDs all over it. Yeah, amazing. You can see atmosphere there, you can see the wheel's looking stunning now the lights have come on for night. Nighttime is closing in here at Winter Wonderland, but we've not even finished walking around yet. But let's continue around the other side now to where the Wild Mouse Xxl is. I think the queue for XXL is just a little bit too long, to be honest with you. Got quite a lot of ground to cover. You do need quite a long time when you come here. So I think the queue's a little bit too long for it. But we've got other things to cover. We'll come back, we'll see what the queue's like, but we definitely want to get on some more rides before we leave Winter Wonderland. Ride Xmas Party is a stable here at Winter Wonderland, something we see quite a lot. And as we look here, another stable, actually it's been here for quite a few years now, is Blizzard. Another booster type ride, slightly variation with the spinning. Blizzard is actually more money than Airbourne, so leave your comments below. Which one would you rather go on? We've done Blizzard before, we didn't really find it that forceful, to be honest, which is why we were looking forward to Airbourne. And you can see Airbourne in the background. It is certainly flying around compared to this one. And whilst this one will pick up speed, we've definitely chosen our one for the day. But let us know in the comments, which one do you prefer, Blizzard or Airbourne? attraction is going to be the Wild Mouse Xxl. I have to say, really in a bit of a coaster mood today, whilst we've done a couple of flat rides. Most of the rides here we have seen. Things like the Loop-In, the Heidi in this one, you know, the Haunted Mansion Airbourne, we don't see. We just don't see them. And of course this one has a nice little funhouse sort of moment to get on it, which I like. I like that. So we've got to go through all this first. I mean, this is quite... Some of these move. Oh my life. Some of these really move as well. Forget it as well, because we ride so many wild mouses. You know, rattlesnake obviously comes to mind, it's just down the road. But oh my god, that thing moves. The brakes are not that intrusive on there. Not that intrusive at all. Wild Mouse Xxl there, what a great coaster that is. Scale wise actually, it can't be too far away from the Olympic looping coaster. And right opposite is the pirate ship. Now this is a ship we've seen a few times before. It does actually scoot around the UK occasionally. It's a really nice example one as well, really nice example. Now we've still got a few things to look at as well, we're not even round yet. The ski party in front of us there, that is a new fun house for this year, so that's another new ride for this year. You'll see the Heidi Coaster on the right, which is where we started. Of course, Hangover. We'll wait for Hangover to come down, that massive 85-metre tower. You can sometimes be paused up there quite a long time. And you usually get 2 drops on it as well. But very, very popular Hangover. Right, quick raise back up. And down it comes. Now then, I don't ride drop towers, I don't ride hangover, and that is because of my neck. I actually injured myself on Detonator about 15 years ago. I used to ride it continuously and ride all the drop towers continuously. And the issue I have with them very much is exactly what you saw there. It's the hanging at the top. If I know how to brace myself, brace my back and brace my neck coming down on it, then I can ride it. When it's completely random, I can't take the risk. I just can't take the risk. You know, we've been on rides with height today, and there's Airbourne over there, so, you know, the height doesn't bother me in the slightest, it really doesn't, but I've got to be able to brace myself for it, which I can't sadly do on hangover. But not taking anything away from it, it's things like that which make it the ride which it is. Stunning one at that. Off it goes, up that huge tower. It's a real showman's ride, the hangover. Real showman's ride.
I make a little pit stop for you, so you can guys enjoy the view.
It stops it halfway.
It's the only fun part of all.
At this point, I'd be wanting to come down, to be honest. As we come round, we've got Irvin's Dodgems here, as well as Irvine's Supreme Waltzer, which is a fair trade one. Beautiful machine, absolutely beautiful machine. And of course the ever popular Euro Coaster, which I'm sure they used to retheme to Christmas Coaster, but just don't bother anymore. We rode this a few years back. I believe there is a video on the channel of this. It was one of the more uncomfortable experiences I've had on a roller coaster. Needless to say, unless it's like really cheap, I won't be riding it today. You've got more food. The food is just insane. 2 foot loaded hot dogs there. Yeah, duck wraps, mac and cheese, a bit of jewellery going on. Look at those chocolate kiss 125s. They look amazing. Yes. Burgers, hot dogs and fries. Of course, you've got little market stalls down here as well. It's quite famous for its festive market. Around the fire pit. But we're going to walk down there now, and we're going to show you the ice rink. It's so popular here. I think this year it's been sponsored by Lidl's. Something to look forward to when you're skating around. A little Lidl logo floating on the floor. Huge queues for the ice skating, but such a relaxing atmosphere down the bottom here. Lidl on Ice presents. See if we can get you some shots. Look at that. It is just stunning. So you can kind of see the queue waiting to get on here. This is, as far as I'm aware, pre-book only. I'm not sure you can rock up on the day to the ice rink and get in, so make sure you go online, make sure you pre-book your tickets to come in, make sure you pre-book the circus. I think the ice sculptures to go and see as well, the Ice Kingdom, you can pre-book. You can definitely pre-book this. Make sure you're all set before coming to Winter Wonderland. Don't be disappointed when you get here, because this is an amazing day out. The atmosphere here is buzzing. It's just great to see it all again, particularly as the sun comes down and people enjoying themselves out and about in London. No ice skating for me though. Last time I went, I knocked myself out cold. A fun house that has visited here the last couple of years here is sort of the fire department fun house. It's just, again, the scale of this, we've got some, you know, we've seen some reasonable fun houses travel in the UK, but nothing like this. I have no idea why we don't rock up like this. You know, you come up like this, adults want to go on. I see the local ones, fun houses, and you know, most of them don't even allow adults to ride, go anywhere near it, even accompany your children. Something like this is literally built for everyone. You can see these guys down here absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. And that is a spectacular, a real spectacular fun house. The sun is very much coming down here at Winter Wonderland. We're going to leave it another half hour or so. And we're going to take some more shots from you as well. Back at the Heidi Coaster where we started, we have covered all the rides and attractions here now at Winter Wonderland. The decision needs to be whether I wanted any more. We've done sort of, you know, 3 big coasters, which I wanted to do. I wanted to get on Airbourne, which is exactly what I've done, and the Haunted Mansion, just to mix it up a bit. I don't know if I want to queue that long for the XXL. I'll have another look at it in a minute. And most of the other rides we've sort of done, to be honest with you. But the atmosphere here is fantastic, and that's one thing you really get from Winter Wonderland that you don't get, you know, even from your average fare. Some of the fares can be quiet, some of them are jam-packed like Hull and, you know, have that buzzing atmosphere. But here, everyone's out for Christmas, everyone's out for a good time. It's just amazing. The atmosphere here is amazing. I think Winter Wonderland's one of the biggest missed events during the COVID year, undoubtedly. Just love coming here and just wandering around. It's been several hours now. Still taking it all in. It is a stunning looking walk, so it really, really is. Avalanche. Coming completely done out from your average, completely skinned over for the Winter Wonderland event. And remarkably as well, it's the first one I've ever seen that has no height restriction at all. No height restriction. Just got to accompany your children onto the ride. One ride we did sort of walk past is It's a Small World Adventure. It's the first time I remember seeing this. Someone let me know in the comments, but it's the first time I remember seeing it. I'm not that good, to be honest with you. It's not something that we're going to be doing. Now, we're heading back down to the Circus World fairground area. The darkness has settled in, so we're going to show you the fair at night. Still going around here down in the Circus World area of Winter Wonderland, and you can see it all sort of comes to light. Some beautiful lighting packages you're going to see now as we go around. You can probably see the Star Flyer in the background there, just under the or just shining through the arches. The fantastic Alibaba and Wave Swinger here, Hammond's ones. The City Star giant wheel is looking incredible. Look at that. And it is exceptionally popular as well. Huge queues for it. See the Star Flyer in the background there. We're going to go around and have a look at the Olympic Loop in the XXL, and of course Capture Airbourne, which you can see in the background there. But first we did have to check out this wheel. What a beast. A ride we've been treated to quite a lot at night. A stunning atmosphere, and you can see the Olympic Looping in the background. But But obviously, as we come past here, we want to have a look at the Haunted Mansion. Of course, we've already ridden it, but look at it. Look at the lighting on that. That is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Changing colours, strobe lights, all the windows light up. This is where it all sort of comes to life. Still as popular as it was earlier as well, where we've seen some queues die down. This one, not so much. There's the road down to Winter Wonderland. What a fantastic event, and it's great for it to be back. I think it feels different and more exciting to be back because it hasn't been here for a couple of years. The ride lineup is really, really good, and ultimately, you know, atmosphere, ride lineup is what I come for, not so much the food. I have sampled some of the food. It's all right, to be fair, it's quite expensive for the portion sizes you get. Now, there are a couple of entrances, as you can see, and you do exit out a different way as well. It doesn't matter really which entrance you go to be honest with you. Some of them are closer to others, some of them are closer to like the ice rink, some of them are closer to the circus. I don't think it really matters, although it's a fairly big ground, you can get around it quite quickly if you want to. You do need to pre-book online, please remember that. It is apparently limited numbers. Feels as busy as it normally does, to be perfectly honest with you, and there's still people piling in now. And you know, if you arrive at 10 o'clock in the morning and you're still here at whatever time at night and everyone else has done exactly the same, it is going to be rammed. So expect it to be really, really busy. It's the easiest way of doing it, expect it to be busy. It is quite pricey. You know, your big rides are really ranging from £4 up to £9. So just take that into account that we spent sort of £75 today just going on a couple of rides. So it's not cheap, but there are some unique rides here from across the world, mainly really from across Europe in fairness, where most of the big fair rides are, and you're not going to see them anywhere else. You know, we got on 5 rides today. They're the ones we wanted to get on. Would have been nice to get back on the XX. I haven't been on it in a while, but ultimately it does travel the UK, and we can get on it at various London events during the year. Great to be back at Winter Wonderland. Are you coming? Let us know in the comments below. But from Hyde Park and London, my name's Adam, this has been UK Theme Parks, and we'll see you next time.